Hello. So I started over yet again, not because I didn't think I could win with the game I was in, but because I wanted to see how early I could westernize. So you notice I didn't attack Hijaz, Yemen, or Muz, or Oman, or anyone. I just went straight north because all the time I spend consolidating Arabia is wasted, since all the provinces in Arabia have or one base tax and one manpower, and they're the worst possible provinces. So why bother with them at all? I just went straight north on day one, declaring war on well, not day one. First, I allied the Mamluks as quick as I could. I didn't ally anyone else, just the Mamluks. And then at the same time, I fabricated a claim against QQ. And then as soon as the Mamluks took my alliance, I killed QQ. Now, if you wait a while and then attack QQ, the Mamluks sometimes get steamrolled by QQ because QQ gets a bunch of vassals and a bunch of allies and stuff. But if you do it super early like that, then every single time, I did it like 4 or 5 times, the Mamluks just steamroll QQ easily. And you don't even have to fight. You just defund your army and go hide it over here or whatever. From QQ, I took all of this. You can kind of see like a triangular outline of what is Iraq, right? I took all of this Iraq territory, and then I took this one province that is Persian, and from that, in several of my playthroughs, I released Persia, and then what happens is the Timurids collapse, and as they collapse, they feed Persia back all of his cores. Now, in this playthrough, I didn't do that, and let me tell you why, them there, senor. When you do that, Persia ends up more powerful than you are. So they have insane liberty desire, and it's not until like 1500 that you can actually annex them, which means for a very long time, not only are they not helping you in wars, but you can't annex them, and they're just utterly pointless. So you get a bunch of territory, sure, but you don't get to use it, and that makes you weaker because now you're very large, and yet you can't kill anyone. So I didn't do that this game. I didn't go east at all. I just went straight north. So I beat up QQ. Then AQ stole some land from QQ, gaining a border with me. So I beat up AQ. And then another little dude who was allied to Georgia got land from QQ that was adjacent to me, like this land here. So I beat them up, and I managed to kill Georgia, and I never vassalized anyone. I just kept taking and coring territory, and I stayed at admin tech 3. I never upped my tech at all. No admin points were ever spent on tech. No military points were spent on tech. No diplo points were spent on tech. I stayed 333 and just let the Mamluks do all my fighting for me. By the time I got all the way up to Georgia, the Ottomans went friendly with me, so I immediately broke my alliance with the Mamluks and allied the Ottomans instead because they're a much better ally. And then I used the Ottomans to attack Nogai, and Nogai was allied to Crimea, so it pulled Crimea in. The Allies broke their alliance with Crimea in order to help me beat up Nogai and Crimea. I annexed almost all of Crimea. I got their capital, Crimea, and most importantly, Mantegra and Diege, or whatever the heck these things are called. And that gave me a border with Genoa. And again, I didn't vassalize anything. I just straight up annexed it. And I westernized at 1450. That's the earliest I've ever westernized with anyone except for Crimea. So, like, wow. I played so many games of Najd thinking westernization is impossible by even 1500. I was like, even if you take exploration, you can't westernize until 1550. It's crazy. But if you just sprint straight to the border of Genoa, you can westernize at 1450. That's just insane. So at 1450, I was tech 333. All of my neighbors were tech like 777. And the Western powers were even higher than that. So I'm westernized, but I'm way backwards on tech. So it's now 1513, and I've beat up Muscovy several times. I took their actual capital of Moskva and Ryazan and Tula from them, as well as Kazimov and Tambov and Itkara. So I also took a little bit more. Like I completely killed QQ down here, and that's it. That's all I've done. It's 1513. I don't have too many provinces, but I'm Western already, and I've been Western for a long time. And I have very rich provinces. Like Moskva alone is 30 development. Like that's the highest. Like 30 is the cutoff. After 30, everything above 30 counts the same as a 30 development province when you take it in a war. Constantinople is 40, which isn't drastically higher. So my goal has, and it's been a very difficult goal. My goal since then is to keep the Ottomans allied to me and prevent them from killing the Mamluks, right? Because when the Ottomans take the quest to restore the Levant, they're going to get a claim on Syria and this province, Dayaka, and I own both of those provinces. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. They have a quest for the northeast. They have a quest for Iraq down here. They have a quest for here and a quest for Alexandria. So as they progress through these quests, they always break their alliance with me, even though they have 200 relations now. Seconds later, they'll get minus 200 for one of my provinces and minus 20, like 25 per claim that they have. So like minus 75 from claims, and then they'll just immediately break ties, rival me, and that'll be the end. So in order to prevent the Ottomans from progressing through their quests, I have to just keep attacking Eastern powers. So I'll attack Poland, and then I'll attack Hungary, and I'll attack Austria, and I'll attack Lithuania, and Muscovy, and Nogai, and anyone the Ottomans will help me with. I'll just keep pulling them into wars over and over and over to prevent them from breaking their alliance with me. And that's the state of the game. I don't plan to go east or south until I've gobbled up as much Eastern European territory as I can, because it's much richer. So yeah.